Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All2ReelToo. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, today via Facebook phone is...
Fidel Mastro.
Fidel Mastro. You changed your name?
Yeah.
Again?
Pretty much every week, yeah.
Okay. Can I just call you Matt?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, just checking. 'Cause I was just wondering if you became some kind of communist leader of Cuba or something.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
No, working on it.
Okay, cool. Can I have like a position in your cabinet if you become the ruler?
Yeah, I'll figure out something. Like, nepotism is a good idea, so it always works out. So
it's working out well in our government right now. So.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can be like Jared Kushner. Anyways, so today we're venturing down the direct-to-video sequel route again. Make sure to make sure we don't get shot, though, we put on our bulletproof vests and strapped in and watched the Netflix movie Bulletproof 2, sequel to a movie that came out around 25 years ago. The original of which starred Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans.
The Sandman.
Yeah, the Sandman and one of the Wayans brothers. And
he doesn't get a nickname. Just one of the Wayans brothers.
Yes. Both former Saturday Night Live actors. Damon Wayans was famously fired for playing a character gay.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Anyways, in this movie, it stars Kirk Fox and Faizon Love.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler. Because, and this is also, in my opinion, the most anticipated sequel in the history of sequels.
Yeah.
All the hype that they had for, when Force Awakens came out and stuff like that. I think this is quite equally as much hype.
I mean, forget Phantom Menace and shit like that. Oh, man, we're going to get a prequels to Star Wars. We're going to hang outside the theater for, a day and a half, and we got all of our Star Wars gear and our merchandise and our clothing, and we're dressed up like characters in the movie.
Yep.
Nope. People were dressed up like characters from Bulletproof, and they were like, let's go down. We're not going anywhere because it's on Netflix. Let's sit on our couch and get our snacks, and we're going to watch Bulletproof 2. Woo!
Yeah, dressed up like all the famous characters from the Bulletproof franchise.
Yep.
With your famous bulletproof weapons, Instead of a lightsaber, you have a gun.
A gun. That's it. I mean, and a bulletproof vest. I mean,
you hang out and you shoot your friend in the head.
Whoa!
What? Wait.
wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, take the movie really seriously and literally.
Yes. That's how it happens, man.
I mean, that's how I was watching it. I was like, I gotta get my snacks. I gotta get my Doritos, popcorn, or whatever. My, glass of Dr. Pepper with 4 ice cubes, no more, no less. That's the perfect number.
Yes.
For Dr. Pepper, temperature-wise. Lightly refrigerated at first, and then not too cold though, not too chilly, because the ice is what makes it chilly. But put it on Netflix. All right, gear it up. Bulletproof 2, here we come. And then we're in Italy for some reason, and
no, they were
joke.
They were in South America.
Oh, it's right. It starts in South America.
Oh, does it? No. It started in Italy, did it? Yeah, it did start in Italy. Yeah. I forgot. I thought you meant the main crux of the film. Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about the very first scene. They're in Italy. They're on a stakeout looking for some guy, and the jokes are awkward at best, I guess you could describe it.
Just the way I like them.
The timing was really weird and off, and it almost looked like the actors were reading from a script, which is what they were, but acting is supposed to make it seem like it's not acting, like you're actually watching people.
Shit. When did that start? When did that start?
What?
When did that kind of acting start?
Oh, like yesterday. So.
Oh, okay.
It's a new method, and
I've heard of this method acting. Is that what that is?
Yeah, and like you do when you're a cop. You're, when you're on a stakeout with people you don't know in a different country, one of those guys is just going to have a magazine with a picture of your face on it from an article from 25 years ago that no one remembers. Like you do, you just have that carrying around.
Well, that's what I printed up for my watch party of this movie. I printed up a magazine with my face on the cover.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's a good conversation starter, It's like, oh, you were in that movie, right? That they made about you guys, because that's how they get around Bulletproof 1, the masterpiece of Bulletproof 1, is that it's not actually a sequel to Bulletproof itself. It's that it's the characters from Bulletproof, and then the movie Bulletproof is actually a movie they made about these characters in this movie. Really clever. And
very meta. Yeah. Very meta.
It is very meta, and that's why they don't look like Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans, because those were actors playing them in the movie about them from 23 years ago when they made the movie. Whatever. What's his name? Faizon Love's character, I forgot his name, it's Jack or something like. They changed his name too, which is interesting.
Oh no, they didn't. It's Jack Carter.
Okay.
In the original, he had an undercover name at one point, and then
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I didn't do enough research and watch the original, to do this podcast.
I actually watched half of the original after I watched this one. I found it on Peacock. And
okay.
Yeah, and I watched half of it, but then Peacock has commercials if you don't pay for like the super duper, feathered edition. And no, that's not what it's called, but it should be. Anyways, the that version I had commercials, and I was just getting tired of the commercials interrupting me, so I stopped.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you don't want to sit through 2.5 hours of Bulletproof? Come on, man. I mean,
no, I have a life.
Come on, and Bulletproof is your life. So anyway, that's how the beginning starts. They get into this back and forth, and Faizon Love is trying so hard to carry this scene by himself, and it really shows, because the other two guys are just, I don't know if they just got picked off from like extras, thing or whatever, because they didn't really seem like they knew how to act. And
I think they were in the crowd of a taping at Universal Studios of the TV show Extra, and that's where they found them. They were hanging out watching Mario Lopez, and
yeah,
that's my guess.
So That's what it felt like. Like she's trying to carry this whole scene with them, and they go meet the dude that they're gonna try to catch, and some weird back and forth goes on with sarcasm. It does not land well at all, and then it goes on for way too long. Like, okay, we get it. This guy's cocky. We don't need a 5-minute scene of him being cocky. 30 seconds will suffice. Anyway, so he drops his gun, and he's gonna like draw his gun like they're gonna have a shootout, but he drops the gun, and it shoots the guy in the foot. We don't see that though because it freeze frames, and then it goes to him talking to his like police chief or whatever the guy's name is, whatever his title is.
Yeah, Tony Todd's character.
Yeah, and then we learn that he had actually dropped his gun, and then it shot the dude's guard in the foot, and that's how he won the fight. Basically, it was an accident. It wasn't because he was so cool and good at his job or whatever. Then we find out the reason why he dropped it is because he has a bullet lodged in his brain that has been progressively making his motor skills less, than it used to be, and that's kind of
because he was shot in the head by Archie Moses in the first movie, which the events of which took place, but it was a movie based on those events. So,
yeah,
so we got that.
Yeah, that's the setup. That's like the beginning setup to the rest of this glorious movie.
It was such a glorious movie. So then we end up like with them. What's the next? He ends up in South America, right? Or South Africa or South Africa.
South Africa is where where he has to go.
Yes. And he goes undercover as RG Moses. That's the name he decides to use.
Yeah.
Which I didn't really understand why.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, even with the police chief telling him, like, it doesn't make any sense because the police chief told him, Moses contacts with some of the people that are in this Mexican cartel when he was in a Mexican prison, so they won't recognize him if a black man impersonates him, even though he knows them. Wait, what?
I was really confused by this.
I don't like you're a police chief. You're supposed to be able to detect things. Like, how is that not like? Whatever.
Before we get any further in this, though, I just wanted to say that Don Michael Paul directed this, a guy with 3 first names.
Oh, wow.
He also was one of the co-writers of this movie with Rich Wilkes. Don Michael Paul is not new to our podcast. He also was the director of Kindergarten Cop 2. He's also directed Tremors: A Cold Day in Hell, Tremors: Island Fury, Tremors 5: Bloodlines. He directed Jarhead 2: Field of Fire. He directed Jarhead: Law of the Return. He's directed a lot of direct-to-video sequels. Directed one of the Sniper movies. He directed TV movie for Taken.
Okay.
He directed Death Race 4. He directed one of the direct-to-video sequels of Scorpion King.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Book of Souls. So just wanted to let you know who we're dealing with here, folks.
Yeah. Plus, too, the studio that made this movie has made a lot of gems that we've covered. Cop and a Half 2. Or, no, what was it called? Cop and a Half something. Cop and a Half or whatever.
What studio are you talking about? Netflix? Or
No, Universal.
Universal.
1440 or whatever it's called.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
That studio, the production company.
Production company, yeah. That is a studio, yes.
Okay. Yeah, they made this, and they also made Cop and a Half 2. I think they also made Kindergarten Cop 2 as well. So apparently Netflix has a deal with this particular studio or production company or whatever.
Yes.
Which they've given us all these gems that we've seen, before that we love so much, like those movies.
And hopefully they'll give us more.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, Bulletproof 2, why not have, another classic movie from the 90s, like Black Knight 2, or because that was such a good movie, or like what's that movie with the kid from Rookie of the Year where he went back into for some reason
like a kid in King Arthur's Court or something like that. Yeah,
because I mentioned Black Knight, so now I'm on like this weird medieval thing in my mind.
Or you know what they should do is Bulletproof 3 and cast two other guys who then say that there was a movie made about them that included the fact that there was a movie made about them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it'll just get really meta, and then eventually do Bulletproof 4 and cast two other guys.
Yeah, I mean, and then yeah, exactly. And then you can have both of the guys be white, and then they'll be racial erasure at that point where they're like, oh well, we'll just cast white people to be the main character, main act, whatever. Why not? I mean, it seems like a good plan to me. I don't know why anyone else would do it.
This franchise could go anywhere, too. I mean, it could be, you could get Bulletproof, the animated series. And,
yeah. I mean,
give them a third partner who's like a talking dog or something. It'd be great.
Right.
It just writes itself, man.
It does. I mean, why can't we get these jobs? That's what I'm starting to wonder. We work so hard. Why can't we just get a break and be on the Bulletproof 5, set or something like that, or Jingle All the Way 17?
We could do this. We could actually even act in them. We could be, I can be Damon Wayans. You can be Adam Sandler. We'll be good.
Wow. Yep.
That'd work. Oh God. I love my life, Matt.
Me too. I just love how the Sandman can even extend from beyond movies that he's not even in, and then make a bad Netflix movie by astral projection or something like that. He's not even in the fucking movie, but he was in the original, so therefore
he was too good for this movie.
Right. We should be careful. Adam Sandler is a huge star. I don't want to
I will tell you this. I think his performance in Punch Drunk Love is one of the best performances ever captured on film. So I'll give him that. And I love Adam Sandler, but I'm just saying, some of the movies that he's been making, I don't know. I did like Do Over though. It was a Netflix movie.
Oh really?
With him and it had a few moments that I didn't really care for, but it was him and David Spade.
David Spade. Yeah, I only watched half of it. I don't like the dirty, nasty stuff.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying. There was some of that. It went a little bit too far, but I did like the basic premise of the film and most of it. There were just maybe about a quarter to the movie could have been better.
Yeah, but hey, man, you don't mess with the Zohar, so or Zohan.
Zohan. Yeah.
Zohan, that's right.
Yes.
Sorry, Zohar is a collection of books. Never mind.
Okay, so eventually we have to meet Archie here. So in this movie,
yeah,
who's played by Kirk Fox, who we've had in another movie of ours. He was in Still Waiting.
Yep.
I like Kirk Fox. I actually do. I think he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little gross humor too, though, but he's still funny.
Yeah.
And you've seen him on things like Parks and Recreation, and I think he was on like an episode or two of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and things of that nature. So he's funny.
He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He was the studio like the producer for the the TV show where the guy was doing like the sound effects for the Sarah Marshall's TV show. Like
okay. Like the procedural she was on.
Yeah, all the music, like eerie music for like the scenes, like he was the guy that was actually like the
producer.
There you go, sound engineer.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he was in that. And
I haven't seen that movie in a while, so I'd forgotten about that.
He was only in that one scene where Peter Brennan like loses it and starts throwing chairs around. He's like, "Come on, man! I got Allman Brothers tickets tonight." That's like his only line.
He looks like somebody who'd have Allman Brothers tickets for like every.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He's an Allman head.
Yeah.
He's he's an almond joy. Anyways, almond joy. Get it? I'm so funny.
Yep.
Shoot me. Anyways, in the head.
Yep.
So, what happens now? We're in South America. I mean South Africa. I keep wanting to say South America. I don't know why, but South Africa. What happens once we get to South Africa, Matt?
A bunch of stupid shit. So, probably the reason why you keep saying South America is because you're thinking of the Mexican cartel that's from South America.
Yeah,
is in South Africa for some reason, and which is okay. Mexican drug cartel is operating in Africa. Okay, but so does that mean that the South African drug cartel is operating in Mexico? They do like a weird switcheroo parent trap type of thing or whatever.
Are you trying to tell me you're against immigrants? I'm confused now. What are you trying to tell me, Matt? Are you against immigration?
Cancel culture, cancel culture. I don't get free speech, man. Free speech. No. J.K. Rowling's a victim because she's got $1 billion. Anyway, sorry.
It's okay.
I'll never get over it. No.
Deep breaths, Matt. Deep breaths.
Yeah, deep breaths. Yeah, he's gotta go set up. He's been undercover for like 2 months, and he's making friendships and relationships with his group. Because he's supposed to basically take down both the Mexican cartel and the Schmidt gang that is doing. They're like coming up with some drug or like a new form of ecstasy, I guess, that's supposed to be, I guess, more powerful than regular ecstasy. Which I never tried ecstasy. I don't do drugs, but like, do you really need it stronger than what it already is? Whatever. And
I don't know what's beyond ecstasy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what is just death at that point? Like, what? I mean, like,
is that heaven?
Yeah, I mean, what do you do once you've reached that? Whatever. And so he's again more awkward banter with the actors that Faizon Love is forced to deal with in this movie, and he's just trying to carry the scene by himself like he did in Italy, and the Schmidt gang or whatever, the Mexicans and the Schmidt gang show up in their American muscle cars from the 1970s that they all seem to have for some reason, and like every single one of them, which is interesting how they work that out. But okay, and I guess they got drug money, so it makes sense. But why would they all like the same type of cars? But whatever. I guess drug dealers don't have individual taste, and they're trying to say that, oh, if you're in a drug cartel, that therefore means that you all like the same things. Prejudice. Come on. And every drug runner is a unique individual, and you gotta understand that diversity of their character and their likes and dislikes. I don't even know what I'm doing right now, but
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I was doing a bit. I just ran away with it. But anyway, so more awkward banter with this guy named Spider, spelled with a Y, because of course that's how he would spell it. He's a jumpy fella. He likes to jump around a lot and bounce on his feet and tell jokes that don't make any sense and laugh at his own jokes. And their big scheme is gift cards, I guess.
Yeah, they're like adding money to gift cards from people's bank accounts or something, and
yeah, I guess that's what. Yeah, I didn't really understand it.
I didn't either.
They joke around some more, and then Spider jokes around too much, and then he pulls out a machine gun and kills all of the Mexicans for some reason. There's really no explanation as to why he did that, because the Mexicans were playing ball. They weren't. I don't get it, but whatever. And so gunfight ensues. Phase out Jack Carter. He starts losing his balance and stuff. And one of the guys is about to shoot him in the head, and then for some reason they do it in slow motion, and it just lasts like a really long time. And then Spider kills that guy. Unfortunately, the young guy that Jack took a liking to was just like some 18-year-old kid or something like that. He got killed in a gunfight, so he looks down at his body and he's like, "Oh man, tough life," or whatever. He didn't say that, but whatever. That was like what his eyes were saying. And so then he just leaves the dead kid's body or whatever. All right, best sorry, tough luck or whatever. And then they gotta meet the Archie guy or whatever. I don't remember what happened.
Yeah,
he talks to him.
I'm trying to find the name of the actor who played Spider. It's not even listed on IMDb.
Oh God! Wow, he was in the whole movie.
I know. I'm looking at the full cast and crew, and it's not listed at all.
Wow.
They don't have like half the cast listed, which is weird. But anyways,
To be honest, I couldn't find much to read online. Even like no one's been watching this movie. It's on Netflix. Like Netflix has millions upon millions of subscribers. I was able to find like maybe 3 reviews on Google.
I found like 4 or 5 video reviews on YouTube of it, and that was it.
Wow.
And no offense to the guys maybe offense to some of the guys that did the reviews. The audio quality was really bad on some of the videos, so I couldn't even watch the reviews.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
understandable.
Kind of bad, but yeah, because like the one you could not even hear the guy. Like his theme music was really really low at the beginning of his video, and then when he started talking, it was just a little bit louder, but it was like this, and I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, and I had my volume on my TV up all the way, and I still couldn't hear it. So, yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, so okay, eventually we do run into he has to go and warn Archie that he's in trouble because he had posed as Archie or something,
right?
And so Archie's working as basically a guy that mops up cum in a strip club.
Right.
Yeah.
Which that in of itself raised some alarm bells. Why are people coming in strip clubs? I mean, you're not supposed to be whipping it out, at least
not
here,
supposed to, and actually doing are 2 different things, though. So,
yeah. So I was wondering about that. I'm like, okay, it's odd, but all right. And,
maybe they do things different in South Africa. I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyways, we meet him there, and then we meet the owner of the place, Pink,
mm-hmm.
Pinky, who is played by Cassie Clare. I actually have an actress name for that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's actually on there. Yes, and anyways, there's like this there's a big shootout scene there, one of many in this movie. I actually enjoyed this one. I thought it was kind of fun. Because like the strippers get in on it and they're shooting back, and they're using different things throughout the bar through the strip club to like throw at the bad guys and all that different shit. It was kind of fun to watch. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
it wasn't like just a boring shootout, like some movies.
Yep.
So we got that, and then basically now they go back to Pinky's, and she's got a thing for Jack, Faizon Love's character. It seems like she's got a little crush on the big bear guy or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Plus, too, I always love the fact that they have this weird ongoing joke where she asks him if he's a home owner, and he says, "I rent," but she's asking him if he's a homosexual. So I don't know, like, is that a joke that people understand? Like I don't know. Like,
I've never heard this before in anything else in my life.
My understanding is, like, when you have like a joke in a movie, like, the audience is supposed to understand what that joke means, not just the characters themselves in the movie. Because the movie
you're missing the new modern way of telling jokes. It's where nobody understands them except for the one person telling them. That's like really funny. You know what I mean? Like popcorn is awesome. You know what that means, right?
No, I don't actually know.
I'm not going to tell you, but man, it's hilarious.
But yeah, I guess I mean, if this movie is meta in the sense that it's, they reference the first movie as a movie made about them, so why not make it more meta by having inside jokes within the movie itself that the audience doesn't understand, but it makes sense to the characters in the movie. So
I mean, in all honesty, maybe it is something that I've just never heard this as a joke. If it is, email me at mike@cullenpark.com. I'd appreciate any kind of email, honestly. I'm just lonely. So send me an email at mike@cullenpark.com. Tell me if you like the show, tell me if you hate the show, tell me what's going on in your life, tell me anything. Seriously.
Anything.
Seriously, this world is boring, man. I mean, it's scary. The world isn't boring. It's really just scary. And just tell me something positive. Don't, message me and tell me. Now I'm going to get people telling me stuff that's bad. Just don't tell me about all your problems in your life or anything. I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't help you. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
But if you do need psychiatric help, please get it. It's important. Okay, anyways, and so are you. The more you know. Okay, so yeah, we finally have our two stars together. Now they're both gonna pose as people and go like Archie poses as somebody else while Jack is posing as Archie, and they go to this family gang, which is led by an over-sexualized mother. Older mother that, like, in a probably bigger budget movie of this kind would be played by, like, Helen Mirren or something. And that kind of character, you know what I mean? And then she's got a family of daughters plus Spider. These hot daughters that are all different colors because she's, well, there's like a black one and then two white ones or something, so because she's had sex with different men or something and killed them or something, and I don't know, I'm not really sure, but anyways, they're trying to figure this out. Yeah,
she implied it killed them.
They're trying to figure all this stuff out, and the one girl is basically trying to sleep with Jack, with Faizon Love's character. Yeah. And while she's trying to get with him, he's like totally not into it because he's got a thing in his back of his mind for Pinky. And And plus, while this is happening, he sees a tattoo on her back.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow that he realizes that tattoo on her back is somehow the key to the crime of some sort that they're committing.
Yeah, it's like bizarre.
Like, I don't know how he figured that out, but somehow.
Also, too, he can't have sex because doctor told him that he basically has to live like a almost sedentary lifestyle. Like,
oh yeah, or he might die.
Like, oh yeah, too, because he's like, for some reason, he's like, all I think about is tacos and pussy. And he's like, oh, absolutely no tacos and no pussy. So I'm not sure why tacos would be bad for the bullet in his brain. I mean, maybe just for his overall health, because he does seem like he's overweight. But I don't understand how that has anything to do with his brain injury.
No.
Like, tacos. Like, hamburgers are fine, but not tacos. Don't do tacos.
No.
I don't get it.
Maybe it just meant, like, bad food in general, but he just kind of just left it at tacos.
Yeah,
but, you know,
another stupid ongoing joke in a movie that's meant to replace an actual good script. Anyway,
so then I don't know. Do you want to take a break now, Matt, and then we'll come back and finish up the rest of the plot of this great movie and our thoughts on it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Hi, folks. This is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
manager Matthew Haas.
You got promoted?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay, anyways, folks, do you like the show Superstore? I don't know. I asked the folks and nobody's answering me.
Because they're not here.
Oh,
but we love
damn it. Yeah, we love it, though. Okay, folks, if you like it as much as we do, you're really going to like the Super Story podcast, which is a podcast where Matthew and I go episode by episode and give our little opinions and thoughts on it. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. Just depends on how we're feeling.
Yeah.
And, so if you like this podcast and like our little crazy banter,
then you should definitely check this out. Or I might get sad. And when I get sad, it gets pretty sad.
Yeah,
so
I can't deal with him when he's sad.
Yeah, no one can really. So,
yeah. So check out Super Story Podcast right here where you get this podcast, Super Story Podcast.
And we are back. How are you, Matthew?
I'm doing.
You are?
Yeah.
That is good. Now, folks, we are talking about the very important film Bulletproof 2 and how it made us feel deep inside our souls.
And skulls.
And dulls. Moles. Inside of our moles. On our skin. Yes. So, I have a caller on the line from South Africa. His name is Archie Moses. And he'd like to talk to us. Are you there, caller? No. Okay. He hung up.
No,
he hung up.
He's gone.
He's gone. So, all right. Now, I guess we're going to have to talk about this film. Shit.
What?
So, where were we? I don't want to talk about the movie.
Oh.
But I do. Okay, we're going to. All right, we'll finish this up. So anyways, he could die if he had sex or tacos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Sex or tacos. That's the name of my next album, by the way. And
sex or sex with tacos, which is pretty gross, but
yeah, I'm just gonna go sex or tacos.
Yeah.
That'd be better.
Yeah.
Sometimes in life you got to decide between sex and tacos. You know, you're just not really sure which.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he can't have sex with her, so then they end up finding out somehow the next morning. Oh yeah, that's right. The next morning they wake up. He didn't have sex with her. But he was it he or Archie who were having bad dreams?
It was Archie had like the premonition dream.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because then the next morning, Archie freaks out and basically admits that they're not who they say they are, and blows the whole undercover thing.
Yeah, he has a panic attack because they said something like you're no longer useful, and he automatically assumed that they were going to kill him.
Yeah, and so then he freaks out and lets them know that Jack's a cop. And then he's kind of hoping that they'll spare him because he's not a cop. Because that's totally how that works. And yeah. So then they have to try to hurry up and get all the gift cards loaded with money or something.
Yeah. Like $250,000 each or something like that. Or...
Yeah, they're trying to put millions of dollars on these. And so they're doing that, and then they tie up Archie and Jack. And somehow Jack calls, while they're doing this, he calls Pink E, and she realizes something's wrong and comes to try to save them. Am I remembering this correctly?
Yeah, she shows up. Well, it's because she was on the line on the phone or something. She heard what was going on, I guess, or something.
Yeah, she overheard all them threatening Archie and Jack, and so she comes to save them.
Yeah.
And they're tied up in like some kind of barn or something.
Yeah, Spider was going to torture them, I guess, for information or whatever. Don't know exactly why, but...
And then we have your stereotypical trying to escape scenes. You know, the scenes where you're tied up and then you try to escape.
Yeah, you know, like you do in every movie like this. You know, it's always, let's distract the guy, or let's do this, or blah, blah, blah. And then they distract the guy by, for some reason, Jack, his signature move is headbutting people, even after the injury he sustained 23 years ago. You think that maybe at some point he would learn a different fighting technique, but no, he's been doing that, I guess, for the past 23 years. I don't know. And then
yeah, you think you'd have that CTE that football players have or something. But,
yeah. So he headbutts the one dude who's kind of like their bodyguard or whatever. He's actually a DEA agent himself, I think, who's gone bad basically. So he kind of basically gives false tips to the DEA or whatever on behalf of them, so that they can always go under the radar with all of their nefarious activities.
Oh, I forgot. There was a scene the night before where they made Archie shoot somebody.
Oh, that's right. They told the cop to leave his apartment so that he wouldn't get killed, and they shot the building or whatever, the window with a rocket launcher. So they thought he was dead. Yeah.
But it's kind of sad that scene made no impact in the film at all.
I didn't. I'm a 7 guy. I'm a 6 guy. That joke went on for 8 minutes too. It was okay.
We get it.
We get it. You're a 6 guy. Okay. You don't need to keep saying it 500 times.
525,600 times.
And this movie did not have to be as long as it was, because there was just so many repetition, just repetitious stuff. It didn't make any sense. I'm a 6 guy. And then that goes on for 10 minutes, and then finally, I'm a 7 guy now. I guess I am a 7 guy. It's oh my god, who wrote this? Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Where's this here? Oh. How long do you think the movie felt like it was?
It felt like it was at least 2 hours long for me.
Yeah, it was,
at least.
Yeah, it was 97 minutes.
Yeah, okay. It felt much longer than that.
Yeah. I just had to look it up because I wasn't sure. I was like, I swear I was watching that movie for like 3 hours. But
yeah,
I was like, I mean, it felt longer than like Return of the King or something. But I don't know. But anyways, so they get rescued sort of by Pinky. And then there's like this big car chase with sand dunes in the desert. With doom buggies in the sand dunes in the desert.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was kind of pointless.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of cool to watch, but it was still just, it was like, okay, this really doesn't do anything for the movie. But, yeah.
No.
So,
and don't they find their way back in the barn anyway after that? So what was the point of that?
No, they found their way, it was under they were under some kind of viaduct or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They, and then, there's a big thing and there's a shootout and all that stuff, and they end up saving they get the gift cards and all that shit, you know, the MacGuffin of the film. And then the bad guys are taken care of and arrested, and some of them shot and all that good stuff. And then something happens and the bullet gets knocked a little loose or something inside of Jack's head. He's in the hospital. Archie's visiting him. Pinky's with him. Everybody lives happy. Archie stole some money and took off with a nice car and a hot chick. And then we have our credits roll.
Yep.
And somehow that lasted 97 minutes.
Somehow, and then apparently there's actually a thing at the end of the credits that I didn't see. I read it in a review that at the very end of the credits they redo the scene from the first Bulletproof movie where Adam Sandler shoots him in the head, but it's not Adam Sandler. It's like a CGI version of it, or so, I don't know. And then
now you almost got me curious to go watch it and find out, but not sure if I'm that curious.
Yeah, I'm not either. I pretty much left as soon as the credit. I usually watch the credits all the way through, but I'm like, I'm gonna get something to drink, and I left it.
Yeah,
just rolling.
I don't remember if I did. I probably stopped it and then started watching some old episodes of Once Upon a Time on Netflix, and which is my new obsession, folks. I need help. But yeah, so
for me, it's Eurovision. The Eurovision song contest movie. I probably watched that movie like 30 times in the past month. I'm not even joking. Like literally, I've seen that movie like a ridiculous amount of times. Wow. It's like become like a ritual type of thing now. So yeah, it's, you know, obsessive compulsions is cool. It's fun. It's
well, I fall asleep every day watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Superstore.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's a little bit of insight into my brain, folks. Yeah. Do you want to take another really quick break and then come back and talk about some like reviews of this movie?
Sure.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Hey, folks, this is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Matthew Haas.
We just wanted to tell you about our great podcast called Super. It's called All2Real. And on that show, what do we do, Matt?
We watch biopics, and then we talk about whether or not the movie matched up with the real story or not.
So
it was a lot more exciting than that, though.
Yeah. So we analyze the real story and the real story. Get it?
Real.
You know? Yeah, they're spelled differently, folks. You can guess which one I said which way. Anyways, so sometimes we have a guest, sometimes we don't. But we talk about great movies like Shattered Glass and The Social Network and futile and stupid gesture, among others. Those are some of the ones that we've covered so far, and we're going to cover a lot more. So please subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your great, fun podcasts. And be sure to share it with your friends.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And make sure you're not afraid to get all too real. Bye-bye.
And we are back. My name is Mike. With me is Matt. How's it going?
And it's all right.
Now we're going to talk about some reviews from the Internet New Movie Database. Okay, I lost that voice. I'm done with it. Okay, anyways, so here's some reviews for this movie. Here's a review from Zathan32848. By the way, this movie came out in 2020, so it's really new. So, yeah, all these reviews are going to be really new, too. This was from January 7th of this year. Great fun. 8 out of 10. I was very skeptical before seeing this, but it is quite good, ellipses. The production is great. Special effects are great. The women are beautiful, ellipses. This movie is nothing like the first one, though, ellipses. This is very good, but also very different. The two main characters, which he spelled wrong, on the poster really does not make you want to watch this, but I promise you will not regret it. Yeah, he spelled characters like Caracchters. I don't know. Anyways, okay, here's another. Okay, here's a 10 out of 10 really quick one from Ellis Black 17. This was from January 7th of 2020 as well. The Jack and Archie show is back. And better and badder than ever. Come on, this movie is smack you in the face funny. I loved it. Not for the woke out there, but if you can laugh and have a good time, this is for you. Keep them coming. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Gotta make it political. Not for you woke libtards out there. This is a man's movie for people who believe in free speech, man. Yeah. You're right. You had the free speech to make this movie, and it's not good. So
here's another. Here's another one. Another 10 out of 10, Matt.
Did Netflix do this? Did they just put reviews out here?
That's what I'm thinking. This one is from Boots7777, and it was written on January 7th of 2020. And the headline is YEESSSS exclamation point exclamation point exclamation point. I think that means yes, but I'm not. Or maybe it's yes.
Probably
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, finally a movie for guys! Exclamation point exclamation point exclamation point. It's politically incorrect and funny as hell. If you can't take a joke and give one back, then tune it.
What?
This is vulgar, in your face, funny as hell buddy comedy. The two guys were funny. The girls were great and super hot. And the action was hitting hard. Exclamation point. Capital F-U-N. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
I could just smell like Natty's light beer and Axe body spray from that comment. Like it just like
and maybe a Monster Energy drink or two. Woohoo! Anyways,
I mean it's just like that, like such a stereotypical character right there. Like, yeah, man, movie for guys. Woo! It's like the other guy. It's like is this, I don't understand. Do you know how the internet works? Like, you don't need Bulletproof 2 to see beautiful women on the internet. Like, you do realize there's other options, right? Like, like, I don't know how Bulletproof 2 became the source for whatever. But I guess I'm not a man's man. I don't eat chili dogs for breakfast and drink beer through a straw. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but the little helmet thing. Like, what I'm talking about, the beer goggle, whatever. Fuck it, what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and I don't, I don't, jerk off to Joe Rogan podcasts and stuff, whatever.
Ooh, gotta listen to my Alex Jones and my my Stefan Molyneux or whatever the fuck his name is.
God, that guy is such a fucking idiot.
Anyways, okay, here's another one. It's from Cranky Asian Man. That's the name, Cranky Asian Man.
Okay.
On March 10th of 2020. The headline is, Watch Bulletproof 1 instead. I enjoyed the first Bulletproof. I did not care for the new main characters. Wayans and Sandler were far superior to the new characters bearing their names. I cannot buy Faizon Love as the real Jack Carter. Skip the sequel and watch the original. 3 out of 10. They still gave it 3. That's what here's let me see if I can find another one. Here's a 6 out of 10 that says, oh no, I don't want to read that one. That's way too long. Never mind. Sorry, folks. Okay. This one is just really fast and kind of funny. It's from AZ Stay K. The headline is, what's the point? If they're going to recast, don't do a sequel. Reboot. Do we need to teach them how to make movies too? Question mark. That's it. 3 out of 10. They still gave it 3. How would you...
They're just being charitable, I guess.
I know.
I don't know.
Anyways, would you recommend this movie to anybody, Matthew?
Absolutely not. No one.
Not even.
I'll say.
Not even your worst enemy.
No, I usually I'll say something like, "Oh well, if you just want to hang out with some friends and joke with the movie." No, not even this, because this, like, some movies are so bad that they're funny, and it's fun to make fun of it. This is just one of those movies. It's just bad, and it's like I don't know. No offense, I know people worked on it hard, and they probably.
I mean, I will tell you, I think the effects were good. It was actually shot really well. I think the cinematography was really done well. Mm-hmm. Some of the jokes landed okay. It's just a really lame, predictable script.
Yeah,
and I think the casting was a little off, but I can't really blame Kirk Fox or Faizon Love for that. I like both of them as actors. And I think I'd recommend this movie to anybody who's in Kirk Fox or Faizon Love's family.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in their families, you may enjoy this movie.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Yeah, just be nice to your, brothers, cousins, dad, whatever they are to you.
Yeah. And that's another thing too I was gonna say earlier and I forgot. It's it's no offense or whatever, to the actor or whatever, but like, he's supposed to be like a undercover cop and stuff, and he's a pretty big guy, pretty overweight. And again, it's no offense. I'm just saying, like, don't they usually have like I don't know what the word is, not so much a weight requirement, but just something like, I don't know.
For a cop of his stature, usually they do have to meet like some health requirements.
Okay.
And
yeah,
things of that nature.
gonna...
I mean, if he was like a dude sitting at a desk somewhere, just as like a desk cop or like a desk sergeant or whatever, in some local precinct in New York City or wherever, that'd be fine. I'm sure it wouldn't matter that he was overweight and couldn't run too well.
Yeah. And plus, too, the fact that he's got a fucking bullet in his brain, that's probably even the worst.
Yeah, I don't think they send you out. I don't think they send you back out after you got a bullet in your brain.
Right. 23 years later.
And isn't he working for like the FBI or something now too, or something? Like,
I don't know. It's like something,
some kind of special organization. It's not like he's working for, because he's doing something overseas. So it's like maybe the CIA or something. And it's like
something. Yeah.
He's not. It's not like he's working for a local precinct. He's just, he's more. I don't know. He's more the guy from 24 than he is somebody from Hill Street Blues or something. He's kind of
right.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, I just thought I'd give a Hill Street Blues reference there for all the people that still watch Hill Street Blues from the 1980s.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yep.
And then we're going to start our new podcast where we watch every episode of Hill Street Blues one by one and talk about all the greatness of it. You ready for that, Matt?
Maybe you could do that one by yourself. I'll do a couple episodes.
Yeah, we're not going to do that, Matt. I don't think I could do it even by myself.
Yeah. Or the show Cop Rock. That was a musical. That was a good one.
Both created by the same person, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Stephen Bochco created both of those shows.
Wow.
He also created NYPD Blue.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
And LA Law and some other things. A lot of great TV, but I mean, Hill Street Blues was a great show for its time. It's just I'm not gonna go revisit a show from 40 years ago. And yeah, if I want to revisit a cop show though, I'd do like Homicide: Life on the Street.
Yeah,
which was the greatest cop show ever on television, in my opinion.
Which one?
Homicide: Life on the Street.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, you should.
I don't think.
So
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Oh, it's amazing.
Cool.
It's where the character of Munch came from. That Richard Belzer played. Yeah. And Andre Braugher from Brooklyn Nine-Nine was on that as a cop years ago. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
But yeah. Anywho, we're rambling here. So anything else before we head off into the sunset and take off our bulletproof vests?
Maybe I'll just play a theme song that I wrote for Bulletproof 2 just right now. I'll play us out.
Okay. All right. Before we go, folks, make sure you like us on Facebook and all that good stuff, and check out our Patreon. Check out cullenpark.com for more info. All that good stuff, and we're gonna share some links in the show notes to places you can help out people during these troubled times of 2020.
Yeah.
And here's Matt with some soothing sounds of Bulletproof.
Yeah, it's called Bulletproof 2 /tacos.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. That's Bulletproof 2 tacos.
I loved it. It was beautiful. All right, folks. make sure you don't have any sex or eat any tacos. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All2ReelToo podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.